Imagine two pieces of paper. On one of them, you have written a great story, and on the other, you have made a really good colour drawing. They might not look very similar, but a well-written story is like a well-made colour drawing. The first step when making a drawing is to draw the shape and outline of the object in pencil. Then you colour it in, so you aren't thinking about the shape and colour at the same time. A story is written in a similar way. Just like we draw a basic pencil outline before we colour, we first have to outline our basic story before we start writing. Even if we just write a few main ideas in note form, this will really help us once we start writing, as we already know the direction that our story is going to go in. A good basic structure that you can use to help plan your story is this three-part structure: exposition, action, resolution. In the first part of your story, exposition, you can set the scene in the reader's head. Tell them who your characters are and the setting of the story. The setting means where the story takes place. In the second part of your story, action, you should develop the story and move it along. Give your characters a problem or a challenge to face. Think about your favourite book. Think about the most interesting or exciting moments in the book. Maybe the characters were being tested in some way. A story about a princess leaving her castle to go and fight a dragon would be a much more interesting story than if she stayed in her room in her castle for the entire book. In the last part of your story, resolution, your characters should solve the problem and bring the book to an end. And maybe they have learned something new or changed as people in some way after resolving the problem from part 2. Maybe now their situation is different or even better than the situation was at the beginning of the story. Now, try exercise 14. If you can't think of things to write about to make 100 words, try to explain things in more detail and add extra information. Remember who, what, why, when, where, which, how. In your holiday story, what happened? Why did it happen? And when exactly? Good luck!